much research before this, seeing as this is a game that I'm not too familiar with the pro players. I'm sorry that I don't have their names, and I'll have to refer to them by their color and their race. But we see that the expansion is pretty much complete for White, and White is probably a little bit economically ahead now. He's definitely not as bad, but Yellow is still definitely a lot ahead because he was not pressured early on. Neither was Purple. I really have no idea what Purple is doing now. All I see right now is Yellow doing all the work. I see no Corsairs. I don't see anything that will try and kill those Marines. And well-placed irradiation does kill a lot of Mutalisks. Very well played. So this is one of the advantages of bionic units, but it's still not as good, I would think, with Goliath and such. So there's a lot of Scourges patrolling all the bases. This is a very nice tool to use because it will stop any incoming drops, which are very, very viable in a 2vs2, especially joint drops. Those are very, very scary. And it is the 11-minute mark right now, so we see that the expansion for Purple is coming up. That's just a little thing I've noticed, that most players expand near the 12-minute mark. And High Templar does go down, but really no other damage than that. So we see right now that the Protoss player will be doing High Templar. I think this is a good choice over Corsairs because White really doesn't. The White Zerg doesn't have that great of an economy right now, so that he doesn't have many Mutalisks, which would be the ideal counter that Corsairs are for. But the Terran player, the blue Terran player, does have a lot of Marines and Bionics units, which die very, very quickly to High Templar storms. And we see that the attack is coming on right here, but a well-placed storm fends those Marines off. So this is why I believe the Protoss player is going to go High Templars, even though you usually go for pretty much Corsairs. I mean, you usually don't go pure Corsairs, of course. You do a lot, mostly ground units, and still like about 30% Corsairs. But on maps like Chariots of Fire, where it's not a very much ground-based map, you usually go Corsairs pretty much only. So it's a little thing I've noticed over the time of watching these 2vs2s, and also playing a few by myself. And this is a little bit past the 12-minute mark, so they should be expanding soon, the Blue Terran and the Yellow Zerg. What I'd like to note right now is that the White and Blue team, the Air Force Ace team, is still in a very, very bad position, even though they have gone back a little bit. Right now, they really can't pressure the enemy, which is something that they need to do to get back into this game. Because the more the time they don't pressure their enemy, the more the time that the enemy gets to get more units. And even though Yellow does not have an expansion, the Purple Protoss player does have an expansion. And these Zerglings will be probably able to take out that Extractor, which is a very nice target, but a Mutalisk is going to come in and fend off those units. So White does have a pretty nice amount of Mutalisks right now, but it's really, really not. I don't think it matches the amount of Mutalisks that Yellow has, but I really can't be sure right now because they're all stacked. And we still see a lot of Bionic units coming up. I would have thought that Blue would have tried to stop Bionic units after seeing those storms, but still we see that there's no turrets here, and once again, Yellow Zerg is going to take advantage of this. And this is very, very bad for the blue player, and the video will be paused right here. Okay, so right now, Yellow's leaving the base, but I don't know why. Okay, never mind. There's a lot of Mutalisks for White right now, and there's a lot of Scourges intercepting Yellow's Mutalisks. Very well played by White. He anticipated where Yellow was going to be, and his Scourges were there waiting. So that was very, very nice. I really, really like how the good team play of White and Blue works well. Even though Blue has still not gotten any turrets, I really think he needs to get those turrets. Now, White has a pretty large amount of Mutalisk count right now. I'm a little bit worried because, what's his name? Yellow really doesn't have Scourges, which have been helping white very much in killing off those yellow Mutalisks. And now it looks like blue and yellow will do a joint attack on the base of yellow. There's a lot of units here, a lot of Marines, a lot of Mutalisks as well. There is a Dark Archon there. I'm not sure what it's going to do. Possibly Maelstrom those Mutalisks when they're stacked. So this is a very risky position for yellow right now, even though he does have some defense. Now lots of Scourges going in, and these Mutalisks are being defensive matrixed, and they are going to go in. This is a very bad position for yellow right now. Oh crap! Very well placed storm done by purple. Did manage to kill off a ton of those Marines. Now without that storm, those Marines probably could have broken that cannon line, but that was very, very well played by purple. And this is another example of good teamwork that you have to use to win a 2 versus 2. That one storm pretty much saved yellow. And what I really think that yellow has to do right now is expand. He still hasn't expanded, but pretty much everybody else has expanded. Blue still hasn't expanded either. So both of them need to expand pretty soon, because they're going to run out of minerals quite shortly. And they're going to need that economic advantage. So it seems that purple seems he wants to be expanding again. A scout Zergling did see that pylon there though. And it looks like blue will expand now. And an Archon has been morphed over there. Another well-placed storm kills tons of Marines. That was extremely well done. This is another reason why I really disagree with the choice of bionic units. Very, very bad choice. It's not good at all, especially with all these storms going around. I mean, these Marines are going to pick off Archons quite easily if they focus fire, but dang, those storms will really, really devastate Marine armies. Marines really die fast, and there's almost no time to move them out of the way. And so this new expansion that blue was making is going to be found out by those Mutalisks, and it is going to be brought to a halt. And it seems that yellow will start attacking again. Still no turrets in blue's main. Very bad for blue. He's going to have a very bad economy. He really needs to get some turrets up. 1 or 2 turrets could fend off a lot of Mutalisks until his Marines get there. So, white better get out of there. There's a lot of storms there, a lot of Archons, and some Scourges as well. So, there's 2 Archons being morphed. They are undefended, so they are going to be killed and picked off. But right now, it seems that yellow and purple are going to launch an attack on blue. Right now, there is a Dark Archon there. It is going to do some Maelstroms on those bionic units, which is also devastating to them due to their small size. And that expansion that blue's trying to make is going to go back down again. A bunch of science vessels are going to start going down over there. And there's only 2 bunkers over here, but there's a lot of zealots and a lot of Archons and storms going off. This is not looking good for blue at all. If he loses his base, white will be in a very, very bad position. It seems that he did fend off the attack mainly due to that factory blocking that route. I really like the placement of that factory. Blocked off a lot of those units, and these SCVs will take some time to repair those bunkers first. But a lot of storms still going off and preventing the repairing. And this expansion will have to be cancelled. So right now that attack did not work due to the factory wall. But it would have been very bad for blue if he did not survive that, if he did not put that factory down. And it seems that white has also created some lurkers, and he is going to start picking off these gateways that are a little bit off to the side. This is very, very nice. I'm not sure where the observers are for purple. I think he's relying on the overlords that yellow has, but no one researches overlord speed. I mean, he hasn't researched overlord speed, and we only just see the robotics facility going up, so there's definitely no observers until now when he sees these lurkers. He's going to try and storm those lurkers, but lurkers take 2 storms, and it is going to be a big waste of storms. So that's going to keep him contained in his base a little bit. Purple will not be able to get out of his base for a little bit.